is everyone doing today? I hope amazing. Yes, welcome. I am back. I know I've been gone for a while. How long has it been? Like 6 months or something? I don't know. It's been a long time. Here's the thing. I had lots of things happening. The thought of doing this just felt like a chore, and so I was like, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, so hopefully that's okay. But I am back. It feels good. For those of you who are new here, hello, nice to meet you. My name is Cheyenne. I don't even know, I wasn't even planning to film this. I literally got off work and I was like, what am I gonna do? And then I just like decided to do this. So I just want to say first that this video I filmed once already and then deleted like 6 months ago. And I hated it, so I deleted it, and then I missed when I was supposed to upload, and then it was just like a snowball, and then I got busy, and then I didn't want to do it. I don't know, it's a whole thing. We're gonna try to film this video again. For those of you who are not new here and have been here before, you might notice our new background setup. I have now invited all of my childhood porcelain dolls to come enjoy our Mondays together. I used to have names for all of them, but I forgot what they are. Also, I have one up there, but she didn't fit, so she's just there in spirit. Of course, though, we have Belle, our queen. She will always be our OG. We love her. We respect her because she's missing her eyeballs. She's a little creepy. No offense, Belle. We love you. So, yes. Hello. Welcome. Oh, God. I don't know. It's been a while. Okay, so I hope this video is good. I feel like I have a lot of chaotic energy today. I don't fucking know, so I guess that is the intro that you're getting from me, and I'm gonna just jump right into it. So I hope you all enjoy. Warning. In this video, we will be talking about murder, and I will be inserting images from the crime scene. Nothing with the bodies, but there will be blood. So if any of that is triggering for you, or makes you uncomfortable, or you just feel like it's something that you can't handle right now, that is okay. Maybe just don't watch this video, go to a different one. Totally get it. You can just dip on out. For anyone else that is staying, I hope you enjoy. So we are going to be talking about the Jodi Arias and Travis Alexander case. So Travis Alexander, so who was he? So from the sources that I found, it seems like Travis Alexander didn't have the best upbringing in his early childhood. From what I can tell, his parents were very neglectful, and they were also substance users. So him and his siblings weren't really like raised the way children are supposed to be raised by their parents. So he ended up going to go live with his grandparents. And during his time there is when he was introduced to the Church of Latter-day Saints, which is the Mormon religion, or Mormonism. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to say it. And started doing kind of work within the church, just developing who he was as a person. Travis started working for something called Prepaid Legal Services, which I think was somehow affiliated with the Mormon church, or it was some kind of like MLM kind of situation. And so he started selling the prepaid legal services, and he also started doing motivational speaking. And that's how Travis Alexander ended up meeting Jodi Arias. So they met during a conference in Las Vegas in 2006 that Travis was doing his like motivational speaking for. They met and just instantly hit it off. And it was said that Travis and Jodi had one of those just very intense relationships from the start. Like as soon as they met, it was just an instant connection and just like fiery romance. And they were just like initially just obsessed with each other from the beginning. And this actually led to Jodi converting to Mormonism in 2006. Now, nowhere does it explicitly say for Travis, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here and probably guess that she mainly did it so that she could be with Travis. Which I mean, like, no hate, no judgment, you do you. So the relationship didn't actually last that long though. I think it was only about 5 or 6 months long of them actually like being in a relationship. But during this time, they communicated a lot, and from what Travis's friends have said, as time went on, the relationship more so developed to Jodi being super obsessed with Travis, and Travis starting to kind of push her away and distance himself. And some of Travis's friends are reported saying that Jody, you know, if Travis tried to break up with her or sever all ties with her, Jody would do things like tell him that she was going to kill herself. She would just show up at his house. There was one occasion where she ended up slashing his tires. So from pretty early on, Jody was exhibiting some concerning behavior. Those are definitely some red flags. All of the above, bad. I don't know if anyone needs to hear that. All of that, not good. Okay, we don't like that. The thing is though, is that they still continued to talk for like 2 years after they broke up. And it was a lot of like sexually explicit kind of things. I think it was more of like a sexual relationship or friends with benefits, but there was no dating. They weren't like considered to be a couple. Or maybe to Jody they were, but I think from Travis's side, it wasn't like they were an exclusive couple. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get all this straight, because I don't know, like I just like this timeline, just everything. I'm hopefully gonna have this laid out so that it makes sense. So they meet in 2006, right? So they meet in September. November is when she gets baptized. Then in 2007, they're broken up, but they're still like seeing each other, still like hooking up. And at this time, they're not living in the same city. They're living in 2 different parts of the US. They're in the US, obviously. And then at some point, Jody ends up moving back to Arizona for a time where she starts waitressing and also cleaning Travis's house for extra money. And then in the spring of 2008 is when she moves back to California with her grandparents. I think maybe Arizona and California are states, and those are 2 different states. I'm not Googling it, like I don't know. One's in Arizona, one's in California, but they're not living in the same area. Jody's with her grandparents. And like through all of this, there are so many reports that I found or quotes from Travis's friends where they said that he had said things like, you know, if I go missing, like Jody killed me, or, you know, like, and it's so freaky in cases like this where like that happens. Like person's like, oh, this person's gonna kill me, and then they end up dead. Like it's so freaky. But Travis would say things like that all the time, and like everyone was just like not surprised. Like his friends are reported as saying that she was just like crazy. Like she just had this look in her eyes, like they just like thought that she was gonna like do something to him. So I'm just gonna try to do this timeline in exactly the way that it played out chronologically, and hopefully it all makes sense. So May 28th, 2008, Jody's living with her grandparents, and somehow there was a robbery at the grandparents' house, and their .25 caliber gun just happened to be stolen. Okay? The gun where Jody was staying just happened to get stolen on May 28th. Okay, just remember that little tidbit of information. So then, June 4th, so like a week later, Jody goes on a road trip to Utah to visit this like old friend, maybe slash lover. I don't know, I've heard this person's been called different things, but she goes on a trip to see this guy. And during this trip, she just happens to take a detour to Arizona so that she can see Travis, because from what she said, he invited her over to like see him or to hook up or whatever. There's an invite, she was showing up. So Jody goes to Travis's on her little trip detour, ends up meeting up with Travis. They hook up, or they do their thing. And then Jody continues on her way to Utah. So he was supposed to go on this business trip to Mexico, I think it was, and he had initially invited Jody to come with him on this trip, and then last minute had invited somebody else. It was like this different girl. So his friends initially thought that when they hadn't heard from him, like maybe he was on this trip or he had ended up going earlier. I don't know. But a few days pass and the people in his life start getting worried about him. And so they end up going to his place just to kind of see if he's okay, like check out, see what's happening. So they go to his place, his roommate's there. The roommate doesn't think that Travis is home. Like the roommate thought this whole time that Travis was on this trip. So like he wasn't concerned, but he had a key for Travis's like room or like part of the house, or I don't know. But the roommate had a key for Travis's area. And so Travis's friends go in and there's blood everywhere. And the friends are kind of walking around, they go into the bathroom, and that's when they find Travis's body in the shower. So Travis was stabbed 27 times and had his throat slit to the point where like he was almost decapitated. And he was also shot in the head with a .25 caliber gun. Yeah, what are the coincidences? I don't know. Wait, that's not a I don't think that's, what are the chances? It's just pocket ignore me, I don't even know. So yeah, Travis's friends obviously call police when they find his body, and immediately, you know, police are just like asking around, like, does Travis have any enemies? Do you know who might want to do this? You know, like standard questions. And everyone in Travis's life is like, Jody. Look at Jody, like it was fucking Jody. Jody did it. So, you know, police start doing their forensic investigation, and first, the medical examiner basically stated that Travis's injuries were inflicted with major force, and that the cause of death would have been major blood loss, just obviously from all of the wounds. He also had multiple self-defense wounds on his palms where he tried to block the attack. So while police are doing their investigation, searching the place, they find two pieces of very important evidence. So the first was a camera. They were checking out the washing machine and found a camera in there that had been washed, presumably to damage the camera or damage whatever was on the camera. So police start going through the camera, and there are, again, it's a camera, so there's time-stamped images. Just remember that. So there's no the date or they were time-stamped. And the images were initially of Travis and Jody in kind of sexually suggestive poses or doing just sexual kind of things. You know, people just get frisky with the camera. And then there is a photo. It's actually the last photo taken of Travis alive where he's sitting in the shower. And then after that, there was just images of Jody dragging his body and blood and images that pretty much showed the murder and Jody being there while he was murdered. You know, it's pretty damning evidence. And then they also found a bloody palm print, which was later identified as Jody's palm print at the place. So all of that was on June 8th. And then on June 13th, just kind of weird, Jody posts this thing on her MySpace. It's this photo gallery, and it's titled "In Loving Memory of Travis." And then there's also these journals that Jody was writing after Travis was dead. She was journaling. I don't know, I'll maybe if I can find them again, I'll insert screenshots of them, and then you can just kind of pause it to read what they're, it's just creepy. It's just creepy. She does all this journaling and talking. I don't know. You just have to, it's weird. And then on July 9th, which was her 28th birthday, I think, is when she was indicted by the grand jury to be arrested. I don't know. She was indicted on first-degree charges. Anyways, July 15th is when they arrested her in her home. So they got her. So police bring Jody in, obviously, to question her. I just want to say first, I don't know if anyone's ever seen the clips of her, while she's in the interrogation room. She starts, stretching. I get it. She just needed to, calm herself down or relax. Maybe she's a big yoga person. I don't know, but she starts, doing these stretches and, while she's in the police station. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, you check it out. I don't know. It's just strange. She's just being weird. I don't know. She's just being really weird. And you know, as with lots of these videos that I do, the suspect just is not able to keep a straight story. So Jody is no different. She originally, when police were questioning her, she originally said that, you know, she wasn't even anywhere near Travis when the murders occurred. She wasn't there. She completely denied being around him. And then police were pushing and they're like, no, look at this camera with you, you must have been there. This Jody was like, no, I don't know. And police were like, camera, photo of you, timestamp, you were obviously there when he died, you can't, I don't know, honey boo boo. So then Jody changed her story, and she basically said that she was with Travis during that time, but she did not kill him. While they were together, there actually happened to be two masked intruders that came in and murdered him. Which, I mean, police believed, and then Jodi was acquitted of all charges, so I'm kidding. Anyways, Jodi then, no one was really buying her story. So then she backtracked again and came up with a third story. And so her third story was that she indeed was with Travis during the time of the murder, and she did kill him, but it was only because of self-defense. She basically said that she was a victim of domestic violence, he was abusing her, and so, yeah, she killed him because that was happening. Anyways, the trial was a mess. It was a whole clusterfuck. I don't even know. So August of 2011, Jodi requests to represent herself in the trial. The judge allows it, but only if one of her public defenders stayed on to advise her, which she was like, yeah, okay, bet. So she's defending herself until she requests to have some evidence admitted that were apparently supposed to be letters from Travis to Jodi. And turns out that the letters were forgeries. So Jodi was not allowed to represent herself after that. And then in February of 2013, so that's a 2-year gap. I'm not really sure what happened. I guess just messy shit. Jodi decides that she's gonna, come to her own defense and stand witness. And so she does that. And then in March, the prosecutor for the trial accused this man named Richard Samuels, who was the one that ended up diagnosing Jodi with PTSD for this whole trial. So the PTSD was PTSD from being abused by Travis. So this Richard Samuels, who diagnosed her with that, is then accused of having romantic feelings for Jodi. And then in April, there's a juror who was dismissed because she was making prejudicial comments. I'm not sure what the comments were. And then 2 other jurors were dismissed. I don't know why. They were just also dismissed from the case. And then in May of 2013 is when Jodi was finally found guilty of first-degree murder. But the jury couldn't decide if they wanted to sentence her to death or not. They couldn't come to a unanimous decision on that, if she would be sentenced to death. So then on October 21st of 2014, a retrial began, where jurors heard the exact same evidence as the first time. And then on March 5th of 2015, a judge declared a mistrial because, again, jurors just could not reach consensus. Jury's like, what do we do with her? Nobody knows. And then on November 10th of 2014, Jodi's attorneys filed for the dismissal of all charges with the Supreme Court. Basically, this motion was saying that there was evidence found on Travis's computer that was deleted by police. And that's really all I have for you. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm pretty sure Jodi, she's just still in jail living her life. I don't really know what's happening after 2014. I'm assuming she's still just in jail doing her thing. But yeah, that is that. That is the tragic death of Travis Alexander. I don't know. It's a wacky one. This was very impromptu. I know that I already filmed this one, so I kind of had an idea of what I was doing, but I was really winging it. So hopefully this turns out, and I hope you all enjoyed it. That is that. If you have any requests for me to do, just fucking pop them down below. I'll take a look at it, and I'll try to do them. I'll do my best. And that is it for me. I will see you guys next week. Have a great day, great night, a great wherever the hell you are, and I will see you all later. Okie doke. Bye-bye.